Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to we're out again. I mean, how would we not be out here again? Look at this. Look at this. Wherever you are, I apologize unless you're in, like, I don't know, like Tahiti or whatever. We're out again. We're 100 yards from the car. It is already a festival of failures. The entire apparatus that dangles the GoPro from the controller fell off. So I reconfigured it, and now the only part that can fall off is the phone, which is up here, up there, being used for the live preview. I don't know how this sounds. I don't know how it looks. I don't know anything. Also, over there joining us on the day is Ruby, who I meticulously went through yesterday, setting it up to get into a little more of a trailing configuration. It's got death wobble. It's got beep boop, I'm a jupe death wobble in the front end. Bruce, on the other hand, he's doing all right. He's tried to attack my wife once because as I was trying to reconfigure the radio into such a position as to make it usable, I ran into her with it. That is not an attempt at paying back for getting rear-ended last time out. So what I'm gonna do is stare primarily at my live view so that my phone doesn't fall off the top of the radio. The steering also on Miss Ruby here is real weird. It speed wobbles. The steering will go to lock and then not return. It is so. My wife, who has one episode of these shenanigans under her belt, now has to drive a vehicle that don't want to act right. I hope the microphone picks up the roar of the water behind us. They're letting a bunch of water down from the dam. And I went on Google Maps, and there's supposed to be a little, like, a little grotto where the water kind of pools up. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go over there and we're gonna find out if that's a thing. I need to employ crews. There we go, because I was manually doing throttle, and it's gonna make my arm fall asleep. Yeah, Ruby is all over the place because it basically doesn't have centering steering. I don't know why that is. I don't know what happened. I swapped in a Stealth XF over the X. That should not impact what's going on. Let me see if I can get a shot of it. Look at it. Just full speed wobble. It's got just full death wobble. Wagga, 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 wagga. And worse than the death wobble is the non-centering steering. Now, moving this to the position that it is in now, and by that I mean the filming apparatus, gone is my wonderful balance, controller balance. I walk right now. We discussed this on the live stream, if anyone here was present for that, and I assume that's mostly who was present there is present here. Man, I really want the Terminator vest right now. I tell you what, I have to hold this basically elbow tucked into my side is where I have to be to get this remotely stable. I have the GoPro adapter. That is what failed us. The chemical bond betrayed us today. The whole GoPro mount fell off. I currently have that GoPro mount stuck to the screen of my RC4, which thankfully the little plastic protective piece had come off, so we don't have to worry about that peeling off and this falling off again. It might fall off again because the tape, you know, failed once. We're counting on a lot. So what we do is we adapt and we overcome. I am going to try every type of steering position and holding position. I am currently steering with the index and middle finger of my right hand while I hold the controller across my body. It's the driving is not a problem. Oh, that tape is coming loose. The tape is coming loose. I can get my thumb. Okay, this is how we're gonna have to drive. We're gonna have to two-hand this while I hold the controller. Cruise control is taking over all throttle operations. I'm steering with my, I'm holding it crossways across my body. The elbow feels kind of okay. I don't know how much fine control like I've got right now, but my wife is driving one that is barely operable in its current condition. So we're in this together. Hopefully the in-car will at least be all right. And the second ASV 100. Oh, there goes Ruby. The second ASV 100 awaits us for the G-Wagon, for when we build the G-Wagon. So basically the steering, I'm now on inverted steering because the steering wheel is turned 90 degrees to my body. If she tries to get up to the fairly low speed that Bruce is doing right now, she gets full speed wobble. Green Spot RC field. Okay, let me so when they let the water down from the dam, it's nature. We're in nature. What I'm hoping is that there's a little trail out here. I want to go up because we're right near the road. Where is this grotto? Look, they've got little locks to let the water through. That's fun. And then that all goes down and ends up, I'm doing it again, ends up down in the big lake. Oh, this isn't bad. Okay, as long as oh, there's planes. Yeah. Maybe we have to go out to, maybe we'll go out towards the airport. There's planes. There's more than one up there. Well, the wife hasn't seen the airport up close. Maybe we'll head down. I know how to get there from here. You know what we'll do? We'll go down, no, we'll go this way. It doesn't look like anything in the sand and gravel plant is running today. Oh. All right, Bruce. We're putting most of this on you, man. You know where to go. Ruby is having a real tough time of it. This is a pretty big trail by 10th scale standards. By trail, I mean this is 18 feet wide. I forgot to start my Skeletra again. Skeletra? Oh, that would have been a cool one. Okay, remind me. Next time we come out, let me find a spot where you can see. We'll have to go down that little levee road. Look at that little twisty guy, and it goes in between the waters. Oh. Ooh, there's a bubbler. There's a super bubbly over there. We'll see if we can get some airplanes in here. We'll mix it up. It's this is a adapt, persevere. I don't want to. This is an adapt, persevere, and overcome sort of a day. I keep checking the mount on my phone to make sure it doesn't fall off. One day, we'll get to a trailing spot. Go a little quicker. We'll get to a trailing spot and everything will just work. Everything will line up. I mean, it's a beautiful morning. It really is. If you should ever find yourself in the Inland Empire and you want to kill a couple hours, man, hit me up. There are trails that are more traily. Now, like say for instance, like over here, over in this area, that's where I'd be We would be over there trailblazing on the little footpaths if I didn't have to worry about the camera apparatus falling off of the controller the whole time. All right, she's starting to get a hang of the horrific speed wobble that Ruby's got. Like, it will not travel in a straight line. Just gonna zoot by there. And as I'll tell you the same thing that I told her, which is, you don't have to worry about it. You won't have to drive this one again. I do not know what is. There's the same servo. Purely by coincidence, there is the same servo in both of these vehicles. They're both running AGFRC 32 kgs. They both worked perfectly. Ruby drove perfectly the last time I drove it. Now, I swapped the gearbox. I am truly letting Bruce just blaze his own trail. He's choosing his own path out there. Ruby go, oh, Bruce was doing the same thing the other way. I'm not even watching. You know what it is? We're using, I mean, let's call it what it is. We're using 1980s technology to give us an excuse to go out and have a lovely morning walk, is what it is. It's probably 65 degrees, freedom units. It's a nice, there is, the chances are never zero, but there is a near zero chance of getting whomped by an automobile. The next time we're gonna let Ruby catch up here. Bruce is diminishing into the distance. Look at this thing, the Sidewinder. Ruby, the red Sidewinder. Unsafe at any speed. So now the thing of it is, to get down to the airport, we have to go down a long grade. Very long. So I think I already have the whole thing. All right, I'm gonna let Ruby catch up. I think I have the whole thing broken down for the day. I think I know what we're doing. I figured it out just now. In an effort to not have my phone fall off, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drive down this road, which just goes zoop. I mean, the camera's so low. Okay, right there. There's the airport. Oh, there. Meow. We're just gonna drive down there, and then we'll pick back up. That way we can have a nice leisurely drive down there. So I'll meet you again in just a couple seconds. Hopefully some airplanes are still flying. Then maybe we'll go down to the edge. Oh, there is well more water in the big lake. For the members that saw the very first episode, we'll go down to the little island that I was on and show that it is now an island. And then we'll do the 1.5 mile walk back to the car, and we'll probably go to Shake Shack afterwards. Does that sound good? I think that sounds good. So we're gonna head down this long grade that goes down there, and we'll see you in what is for you just a second. So we went high road to the airport. There's the surge of water down there. I gotta remember the low slung camera. The thing of it is I need a camera setup that's adjustable on the fly. I can just barely see that little white speck. I'm trying to keep it in the frame. Here he comes. That thing's moving. Ah, it's a fantastic day. And in other news, okay, for those that's on the member show, there's an island right there that is now an island. We're gonna drive. We're hopefully, because the big stream is right below us, right down here. We're hoping that we can make it out to the water. I'm almost positive there's a bridge down there. Ooh, there's a little yellow one too. Meow. We're hoping that we can make it down to water's edge, which would be a nice little jaunt for the day. Guess what? So, it's not my wife, it's not Element, it's not any of that stuff. Watch when Ruby drives now. Look at that. Someone who shall remain without a name, someone paired Ruby to a new radio, closed up the receiver box, didn't know that they'd turned on the gyro in the receiver. So that was gyro on. I thought that I had disabled it. I had not. I turned the gyro off just now when we stopped, and look at this now. We can just, we can drive side by each. She can go faster. So the fact that the wife right over here behind me was managing to navigate this with a gyro on, like, I went into the gyro menu and it was at 85% because by default, the gyro uses the VR knob to control the sensitivity. So every time she would turn up cruise control, the gyro would get worse. So she kept saying, I can't go any faster than this. And that was because she had managed to get to where she could control gyro up to about 75% gyro, which is way too much when driving on what we have here, a somewhat unimproved surface. Ooh, that sand is very squishy. Very squishy. But again, I reiterate, this is the only time this should, well, unless we can trick one of the children to come with us, we're probably not going to see Ruby out here again. The chances are never zero. Bruce is coming. He's coming for you. Oh. Also, with the emo Bruce connection was a much easier, they were basically the exact same speed. Ruby's speed and Bruce's speed are radically different. This is all new rock. Look at how it's all split. It's all crushed rock. Last time I was out here, none of this rock was here. You know what I would like? All of it. Bring me these rocks. Look at all that busted rock. Oh, 'tis truly the dream. Now we're gonna head down. We're gonna drop down. Yeah, you can see the island now. I think even Bruce's cam's got the island. That water is okay. Last time we were out on the drive back, when we were headed back to the car, let me get Bruce oriented so I can free a hand. There was a car parked right out what would be about 60 feet into the water. So all of this water was let down between last week and now. This is a slope right here. Oh, we can see the, oh, there is a pipe. Oh, thank goodness for the pipe. I genuinely feel like I'm tumbling downhill. So, in the next, so we're gonna be doing Walkabout Wednesdays until we decide that that summer has fallen upon us and it's gotten too hot to do Walkabout Wednesdays, which gives us another couple months. This is, and bear with me folks, if you have different ideas in mind for your Wheelin Wednesday experience, we'll get to that. We might be trailing Thursdays. We'll figure out the schedule as the schedule develops itself. But after doing, what did we say? 35 weeks of Crawlympics? Having the 35 weeks following Crawlympics be filled with what we're doing right now, it's like a brain reset. It really is. I still don't think I'm a trail guy, but I wouldn't hesitate to recommend, man. Because, as someone pointed out in a comment, they like these installments because around them, they don't have rocks. And I mean, really, around here, neither do we. Look at that. All of that water through that pipe. Oh, two of that pipe. Oh, look at that. There's your thumbnail. This is all we got in California. This is what our rivers look like. They're not very riverine. Oh, let's see. We got to get, so I'm not in the sun, so I don't fall off the edge. Get him a little bit like look at that guy. We are on the constant Wednesday quest. Yeah, see, I can't quite. Not too close, bud. I am on the constant. Yeah. I'm on the constant Wednesday quest to get this low angle shot that doesn't rely on me contorting my body, basically. I had just started to not feel the last trailing expedition just before we began this one. So yes, conditioning plays a part. I basically... Is anyone familiar? In those like extreme stuff, they make those chest, like you can just slap a GoPro on your chest. That little shoulder harness, I think if I just have a little bit of support, just a little bit of support for the bottom of the radio, this would be manageable. I don't think I have to go to full, hey, I don't think I have to go to full Steadicam rig, because even on a day like today in the sun, I would be hot. Here we go, everyone. Yeah, there's a little spit. There's a little sandbar down there. There was a car parked past that sandbar. We didn't record it because we were heading back to the car, and oh, look at that egret. Oh, the one drawback of the GoPro is I can't zoom it. Well, I mean, I can zoom by cropping, but I can't really zoom in. There's a big old snowy egret over there. Whoa! Oh, and it's flying away. So we get to go all the way down to the water's edge, which, again, I can't zoom, but I can point it out. Last we were here, which was back when the trailing stuff, I didn't know if there would be a broad appeal. So the trailing stuff was in the members only content. So Bruce and I basically walked straight across this, and we drove around that island. And the first thumbnail that we took, there's an image up on Instagram, was on the leading lip of what is now that island, which is now 200 feet out into the water. So we just have that little sandbar. As I mentioned, oh, they've let so much water down. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to zoom in enough to show this, but where the edge of the water runs on the other side, not the spit, but on the other side of that, this is to the level where there's overflows, where the water flows out of this settling pond and into other ones. At the heart of that, out in there in the middle, that water has got to be 30 to 40 feet deep. This is our inland sea here. This was, and here's what's crazy. If you stood out here long enough, you'd be able to watch this water is getting actively deeper. It's mad, y'all. Well, all right. Bruce, come with me. We'll do a little spin here. We'll do a little impromptu spin. See, this is the terrain. Now we're in the terrain. We'll head over to the river delta. And it's no surprise that this lake, I reckon you could call it, it's no surprise that this lake is 8 to 10 feet deeper than it was a week ago. Here's the overflow. This is the stuff coming out around the edge of the inlet. Okay, we got limb risers. as long as we don't head into anything too deep. And now I've trail programmed my brain enough that I know that when there's mysterious water on the workbenches, it's just Bruce's tires leaking down. Look at this. Oh, Bruce is in his environment. I don't know where Ruby is. Are you not coming out in the water? Come out in the water. Ruby's coming out in the water. I mean, it's not even really water. It's water a little. Look at this. We as denizens of the southern part of California, we have to enjoy this as much as we can when we can, because this is the desert and this is how water behaves in the desert. There's a lot of it, and then one day there's none of it. Oh, so good. What is it? It's the inner 10-year-old that resides in us all that is like, I want to drive in that puddle. Oh yeah. Yeah, Ruby has the same inserts that Bruce does, just softer. Okay, so we're gonna have to do well, maybe after we shut down, I'll do a dedicated thumbnail. Look at that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, right? Guys, I love bringing all of y'all along, in person or in spirit. What a thing. This is, we've injected another sub niche into the bundle of niches where we're doing other things. The toy cars, a beautiful day, a wonderful Wednesday. Like I'd be hard pressed. I am. Again, we'll do the point if I can get into frame. Up over that hill. About, how far does your app say we've gone? So we're only about a mile from the car. It's no big. That's the way to do it. We do have to go up that. We do have to go up that hill, but it's glorious. We'll probably drive around in the water a little while more. We'll head back to the car. We'll go to Shake Shack. What better way to spend a day? I cannot think of one. And sometimes you're trying to kill that hard line, bro. You got your comp squad on, and the only, you get that endorphin release because you did it. The endorphin release from this comes from just doing it. Trailing is the perfect counterpart. It's the perfect balance. It's the yin to the yang of rock crawling. You'll never reach the trailing paradox, I don't think. I don't think there is one. You just want to come out and mush around. The wife was having a good time. She was laughing the whole time because that gyro wouldn't let her drive straight. So, like, you can have a good time out of any of it. I hope you had a good time today. I know I had a good time today. We're gonna mush around in this very much not dirty water. And we're gonna head back up. We're gonna go back and we're gonna do all of our normal things. How close can I get to the water's edge? Thankfully the water we're in right now is about half an inch deep. There we go. Oh, look at this. There's your thumbnail. I'll be over here snapping a thumbnail for the next 10 minutes in my Hey Dudes, very much not waterproof shoes. We're doing this. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's so good. I had a great day. I hope you had a great day. I hope to see you in the next one. In between now and when we meet again, please one and all do your very best. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you for joining us here outside the canyon. It's pretty good, right? I mean, it's pretty good.